a road. Not sure what road it is. There's a pretty little waterfall down in there. Zoom in and see if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Day 3 of hiking out of Damascus. Rained last night. Rained this morning. But we're packed up and we're ready to go. There's where we came. Pretty old waterfall and road. There's Beverly. And this is where we're headed. So if you can see that white blaze right there in the center of the screen, there's this big blowdown. You can't crawl over it, you can't crawl under it. So you go all the way up there in the mud and back down here. And Beverly and I made it without having to do a muddy boot scoot, or booty scoot. Here we go. Okay, good morning again. I've been talking for about a minute and a half and didn't have my video going, but that's where we came from. Through here, which you can't see, sounds like a farm. We've been listening to cows and getting ready to go through this little people corral right here. We're heading into somewhere today. We don't know if it's Damascus or Marion or some other little town. We're going to ask our shuttle driver if we can get one, what the best place is. So I guess that's a little step over to keep the cows from getting stuck. I don't know a lot about cattle, but anyway, this is where we're headed. It's a rainy morning, but it's a pretty morning, even though our packs are awfully heavy with wet tents. Beverly's less so than mine because she's got a tent that's better designed for taking down in the rain. Catch you later. Look at this. This is that meadow that I told you about. We just came up those steps. That's why we're out of breath. Okay, we're at the top of this little knoll. Still sort of in pasture land, which is
landline, unfortunately.
What I like about Virginia. You get lots of these nice little pasture and pasture crossings. So I'm guessing this farmer was very generous and allowed the AT to come through his farm, which is really nice. Oh, not much videoing today. That's where we came from. And that may show you a little bit of the elevation. It's actually steeper than that, but it's raining. And I am struggling mightily, people. But it's just uphill. Just up that way, so. Anyway, Beverly's pretty far ahead. Still heading up. Lots of rocks today. Not much of a view. That's where it came from. More rocks. Just climbed out of the trees. And looks like a grove of trees that was intentionally planted. I don't know what kind they are. That might be an oak or a maple or something, but anyway, pretty up here. When I tell you that that is steep, that is steep. And this is what I'm doing. If you can see the white plains. Okay guys, real quickly, it's not a view. And Beverly is ahead of me and waiting on me, but this is White Top Mountain. So there you have it, lots of rocky outcroppings. I suspect there's some beautiful views on a good day. We've had lots of these guys today. Pretty sand. Heading down here over there. This is where we came from, big old blowdown. And this is where we're headed. Okay. Pretty little stream, water source coming down there. Heading downhill. Don't know how much videoing I've done. It's muddy and mucky, so I'm just hoping that I can video just a little bit before we get to our pickup, because we're almost there. I'm going to say we're less than half a mile from it, but this is the trail. I'm going to tell you, this has been a rough day. I may have said this already in a previous video, but I'm going to have to really consider my thoughts about Albert Mountain and Blood Mountain as to which one is worse. 4 miles uphill without stopping. It was brutal. Albert Mountain was 3/10 of a mile straight up, but it was short, it was bad, it was scary. There was a lot of climbing boulders and rocks on hands, knees, feet, whatever worked. Springer Mountain was icy and just treacherous, but White Top, oh my, 4 miles is a long uphill climb. So it beats anything that I had in Georgia. There were a couple of long climbs in Georgia, but nothing like this. So we're getting a little bit rooty and muddy, so I'm gonna put this away. We're at the Elk Garden trailhead. It is so pretty. We are at the end of Grayson County and entering Smith or Smythe County. I'm not sure how you say it, but nice little car park and entrance. And look at that view. We have not had a view in ages. It's just lovely.